Welcome, everyone, to our um, virtual travel club meeting for July. That is a kind of a redo of the recording that didn't come out. We had a beautiful presentation all put together and planned, and Gina was here online virtually with us to do the Scenic and Emerald presentation. But we had some technical difficulties. We think maybe some storms in the nearby vicinity may have caused a bit of internet disruption. So it was a bit of a challenge to hear and understand and have the slides work. So we thought that we would redo this again so that we could record it, and many people wanted to see it. Some people missed it. Other people asked for the recording. So she shared the slide presentation with me, and since myself and Ken have been on Scenic before, both on the rivers and on the Scenic Eclipse, I knew that I could share these details and these slides with you so that you don't have to watch my picture. Let me see if I can perhaps hide that little video. Absolutely. So you can still hear me, but it won't be showing up there. So we're going to talk tonight about the Scenic group, particularly Scenic and Emerald. We're going to focus more on Scenic. We'll touch a little bit on Emerald, but mostly the Scenic brand. And then we'll conclude at the end with a special tour that Ken and I are going to do. Again, it's a cruise. It felt like a tour because the excursions were so wonderful that were part of this experience, and they're all included. So let's go ahead and get started.
Founded in Australia, for 40 years, Scenic Group has set the benchmark in luxury travel experiences, placing guests at the heart of everything we do. Across 7 continents and more than 100 countries, Scenic and Emerald Cruises and Tours take your clients on life-changing ocean journeys to pristine polar regions, the Mediterranean, historic river cruises in Europe and Southeast Asia, and unique land journeys. Across the world's oceans, Scenic Discovery Yachts and Emerald Yacht Cruises are shaping a new era of luxury cruising. Scenic's renowned all-inclusive ultra-luxury experience for up to 270 guests deliver culinary excellence, rejuvenating wellness, and the ultimate in discovery. Your clients can soar above by helicopter, dive below by submersible, explore on water, and enjoy land excursions for a truly unique 4-dimensional experience. Emerald Yacht Cruises offer a relaxed luxury with authentic adventures from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean and Seychelles for only up to 128 guests. Custom designed for smaller ports and secluded harbors, they offer immersive experiences, holistic wellness, and alfresco dining by the infinity pool or marina. Scenic Group's fully integrated model is truly unique. We design, build, own, and operate our ships, so every detail reflects our unwavering commitment to innovation, quality, and the guest experience. Today, our expanding fleet of yachts, river ships, and land journeys are delivering innovative experience and new opportunities for our valued travel partners and their clients. And the story is still unfolding, with Scenic Icon in 2028, 3 new Emerald Yachts, and new river ships for Scenic and Emerald Cruises, even more destinations and unforgettable ways to travel on the horizon.
So a little bit about who we are. So Scenic, Luxury Cruises and Tours, and Emerald are sister brands. Both are part of the Scenic Group, which is a global luxury tour and cruise operator. They really do focus on an intimate ship experience, high-end amenities, exceptional service, and in 2026, they'll be celebrating 40 years. Ken and I, as I mentioned, were already on the Scenic River, and then we did last year, well, actually it was this year, beginning of this year, we were on the Scenic Eclipse, which is an ocean-going vessel. So Scenic Cruises, ultra-luxury, all-inclusive adventures for discerning travelers. Emerald Cruises is contemporary luxury, excellent value, making luxury travel more accessible. Both brands focus on delivering unforgettable, tailor-made experiences with customer service as the highest priority. We haven't had a chance yet to get on Emerald, but we're looking forward to doing that in the future for sure. So a little bit about scenic river cruising. There's luxurious suites, butler service, dining options galore, choice of shore excursions, which we really liked that there were several to choose from, and they are all included. They have scenic and rich exclusive events that are just for scenic guests, premium beverages. Some ships have that salt therapy lounge, complimentary Wi-Fi, gratuities, and round trip airport transfers. So one of the things that Ken and I really noticed and appreciated that we didn't have to be worried about grabbing money before we went out of the room. It was really nice to be able to, having paid one price, to be able to, put that wallet away, so to speak, and not have to keep digging in for tip money and all of those kind of things, and having your key card if you wanted to, order a drink or something like that. It was really very refreshing. Standard balcony on a scenic river vessel. So this gives you a little glimpse of what that is like. We liked that you could step out of the room into the balcony and then kind of close it off if you wanted to. And then that big window dropped down from the top down to the middle. So it really did, if you wanted to leave the whole thing open, make your room kind of like a balcony. Or if you needed to close it up, if someone wanted just to be out there and maybe someone was taking a nap or what have you, you could make that, a really true outside veranda. So the options either way. Then some of the other room categories, panorama suites, so lots and lots of room there, and an owner's suite with just the best of the best. Also, a little bit about the tours. This one is showing a truffle. So we really enjoyed that there was free choice, and not just one tour that everyone did, and then if you wanted something else, you had to pay extra. That wasn't the case here. You had choices and good choices. That was what we thought was they were unique experiences that were just different. This gives you a little bit about scenic and rich. Different itineraries would have different destinations where there is a private performance or experience that's just for scenic. That was included. As you are probably familiar, here are the European river waterways, um, all the way from many in France, all the way through Europe, Germany, headed all the way down to Romania, the Danube, the Rhine. You would have Moselle, Rhone. So lots of different choices. And then over in Portugal, you would have the Douro. Then we'll head on to the Scenic Eclipse. So these are the yachts, the ocean-going yachts, Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2 right now. So what about scenic yacht cruising? Up to 10 dining experiences, luxury suites, butler service, unlimited excursions, the Senses Spa, gym, yoga, Pilates. There's a discovery team. There are two helicopters and submersible on board, premium beverages, gratuities, and round trip airport transfers. So again, a premium experience that's luxury, that's all inclusive. Culinary, we found the dining to be extraordinary. We dined in every included, yeah, all the restaurants are included. So, but they feel like a specialty restaurant that you're not having to pay extra for. So we really enjoyed the various options there. Some of them were very unique and special, very small, and you had to, make some reservations when you got on board, but there wasn't any additional cost. Wellness, that's another really big part of what they do and what they have to offer. So you don't have to worry about, okay, I've got a sea day. What am I going to do? There's an opportunity to use the spa, perhaps to get us, a spa treatment. And there was things going on out throughout the day. So it was certainly not a boring time by any means. Spacious suites. All of them have verandas. All of them have butler service. And as you can see from these sliding pictures, there are some really great options there, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Lots of space, wonderful bathrooms, and attentive folks to help you, whatever you needed. Everything is just everything you need, nothing you don't for sure, and just beautiful all the way around. Here's a slide that shows you helicopters and submersible. We didn't get to do either one of those. We did get to see the helicopter, but when we were on board, we were in Brazilian waters the entire time, and the country of Brazil doesn't allow it. But it was interesting to go and see the helicopter, talk to the pilots, get a little tour, so to speak. If you're choosing Scenic for a different experience, then often other areas, that is part of what you are able to do. So it really does depend upon what is allowed in your area. But I did want to highlight that because people watching this may be choosing to do a different cruise with the Scenic. So that's going to be something that would be possible for you. This shows you a bit of the bridge area. And we thought that was very interesting where you could, open bridge policy where you could go and talk to the captain and the crew and see what was going on. Get your questions answered. They do break it down into three different types. There's the expedition voyages, I think polar regions mostly there, and the discovery voyages, which are not quite as active in expedition style, but still discovering the area. So a lot of really cool experiences and excursions to choose from. And then signature yacht cruising, where you're yacht style cruising, but going into a little bit more familiar ports and really less, a little bit less, more relaxing and a little less activity and action on those. But still, all of them are great. It's just a matter of what your choice is and your preference. A little bit of the regions for Scenic, Eclipse, and Eclipse 2. This is kind of giving you a guide. I know that there are now other other areas that are beyond here that have now been added since the slide was created. So I was looking the other day and we have experiences that go into New Zealand, for instance. So that would be really an interesting and I think a great experience on a scenic yacht. All right, so what about the one that we wanted to talk about in particular? So earlier this year, we were able to go on the Rhythms of the Brazilian Coastline, which was a cruise. We were with a group of people. It was our Circle of Excellence reward trip. And the itinerary wasn't quite as long. We only had 8 nights, I only, but it was a wonderful experience. And every single port was just amazing. A couple of things that they've done here is they've added some new ports that we hadn't gone to. And then at the end, we just got off the ship in Rio de Janeiro and went to a tour in Rio and then went to the ship. But I like that they've added an overnight at the end in Rio de Janeiro, which will give you more time to really see some more sights instead of just a quick day tour and then to the airport. So I thought that was a great addition. We loved Uruguay. The Montevideo branch was spectacular. Many of these small little stops we still tendered in, even though we're a small yacht. And then there were times too that, let's say you wanted to do a tour in the morning and then you came back in the afternoon. You'll see in one of the little videos they put out the water sports platform in the back so that you could enjoy some time in the beautiful waters. So every one of these ports were smaller and unique and special in their own way. We have a little video slideshow per se, that will show a whole lot more than me just trying to talk through it. But it was really an amazing experience. We loved it so much that when we were on board, we were looking through the future cruises and what we might want to do in the future. And I said, let's do this again. I saw this 12-day. Ken and I both agreed that it was a place we would come back to. We would spend more time in Buenos Aires. Perhaps there's options there to do some land-based things before, go to the falls. And then every one of these ports had multiple choices, and it was hard to decide. And we loved what we did, but then when we would come back at the end of the day and get together in the lounge before dinner and talk to our fellow travelers, many of those had done other excursions, and we were like, oh, that sounded really cool too. And we'd be looking at their pictures, and there were just so many really interesting things. We loved the ship. Food was great. They brought on local entertainment, which was interesting in the evening. There's a great lounge right outside, the theater area, state-of-the-art theater. It was just wonderful. Everything about the experience. Small ship, but yet you never felt crowded. The ratio, your space ratio was excellent. So we just felt like it was one of the best trips ever, and we wanted to, book some space. So our pricing is good. We are less than you would be able to get it, if you tried to go online and book directly, as we got special group pricing. And we already do have folks booking into this group, so probably more important to, plan something sooner rather than later. A few of the pictures from our time and they're just giving you a little snapshot of the theater that was there at the one left and cooking demonstrations. That was pretty cool. The little picture of the ship there and the sports platform, and then at the end, Christ the Redeemer. We had a really fun experience too of one of the hiking ones out to the falls. There was actually folks that, slid down those falls just directly down, no tube or anything. It's off on the right-hand side. We'll play a little bit and you'll be able to see them. Oh. So Gina gave us an offer, an opportunity. I know that it says valid to, August the 7th. But if anybody does reach out in the next several days after watching this, I'm sure we can get an extension on that and get that exclusive event voucher for you since we had hiccups the night that night we were trying to do this live. So here's the beautiful, beautiful scenery at the end, and I'm so pleased that we're going to have a chance to overnight here in Rio. And we did go all the way up, rode that tram up to the if you were at the foot or the base of Christ the Redeemer. There were several other options that you could do that day as well. So once again, it was important, I think, to have the extra time and be able to see and do some more in the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro. And Ken found this and thought it was so true. The best part about traveling isn't the photos, it's the moment when you pause and think, I can't believe I'm actually here. We've enjoyed so many travels over the last few years, bucket list destinations to check off an experience that are, just beautiful and wonderful and unique. And people often say, "What's your favorite trip?" And it's always so hard because every one is really wonderful and special in its own way, and we enjoy it. So I'm going to play a little video that kind of gives you a better feel of the experience that we had on Scenic Eclipse doing the Brazilian coastline cruise. I did think that really told the story so well. Ken and I do love a luxury experience, but we want it to be engaging and fun and not really stuffy. We just love all of the various extra niceties that comes with a luxury experience, but we just don't want it to feel overdressy, overstuffy. We want it to be more country club casual, and we just love having all of those things included that we're not having to worry about running up a big bill for anything at the end or lots of excursions to have to add on. It was just a wonderful experience from start to finish with a lot of really fun people. You saw all of the dancing and the fun times. They do have a white night that was really fun too. So just wanted to put this out there so that folks could see a little bit more, learn a little bit more. We tried to just kind of scratch the surface basically, but if you have an interest or you need more information, feel free to reach out if you've got questions. I will say that, the group that we have for March of 2028 is selling. And the starting from rooms, which are so lovely rooms, are starting to disappear. So if you are interested, please do reach out to your travel advisor, whether it's us or someone on our team, anyone on the Kaufman Travel team. If you happen to be a client of one of the other associates, that is perfectly fine. Reach out to them, and they'll have all the information too as well, or can reach out to me to get it if they don't have it close at hand. So thank you for joining in. I appreciate you taking the time to watch and listen. And once again, just reach out if you have any questions or you're ready to book this wonderful dream vacation or any other dream vacation with Kaufman Travel Team. Thanks so much, and bye for now.